Hello everybody, my name is NintendoLper, and today we will be doing a tier list of the best Weather Channel local forecast / local on the 8s designs. For people that are going through a rabbit hole of old Weather Channel clips or simply are just looking back for nostalgia, I hope you're doing well. But for my normal audience, recently I have been interested in the look of the Weather Channel from the 90s and into the early 2000s. Like, it's interesting to know what the weather was like back then, but I'm more focused / fixated on the design of how they were showing the weather information. That's why in this video, I will be doing a tier list of my favorite Weather Channel local on the 8s designs. So let's get right into it and enjoy some nice jazz music. Hey, about this percentage of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so if you want the backwards Mario head to turn in the right way, you'd honestly appreciate it, and also I would appreciate it. Anyways, on to the video. Before we get into the actual list, let me explain some vocab that some people might not know. For example, weather star. What exactly is a weather star, you might ask? Well, it's pretty much the name of a unit that was placed at various cable companies that showed various states their local forecast. Now, what's an IntelliStar? Well, pretty simple. It's pretty much the weather star, but graphically upgraded and technologically upgraded as well to show weather information. So now that's out of the way, let's get into the actual tier list. All right, so we have the tier list right here on screen, and I think all these images are in chronological order, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it goes from Weather Star, IntelliStar, IntelliStar 2, and then the Junior, because I don't know where the IntelliStar 2 Junior would fit in. But another thing I should probably get into before I start this video is not meant to be a full-on historical analysis of the Weather Star or IntelliStar, or even like historical analysis on the designs. This is literally me just saying what my favorite designs are, so don't expect any of that. Hey, unless maybe this video hits 50 likes, maybe I'll do a full-on historical analysis video on all of these designs or something like that. I don't know. All right, so to start the tier list, we have first the Weather Star 3000, which first started airing in 1986. Now, before the 3000, there was the Weather Star 1 and 2, but I decided to combine it with a 3000 because overall, all three of them look the exact same. It's literally just a purple background with white text on screen explaining what the weather information is. And by the way, to also mention this, with no graphics, it's all just text. So with me already just saying that, instantaneous C tier, just hear me out. Hey, it's cool that the purple background I do like, don't get me wrong, but if it's just text on screen, it's just not going to catch the viewer's attention right away. And honestly, in my opinion, when I first started watching Weather Channel or just like local on the 8s clips, and if I saw one with a Weather Star 3000, like I would listen and be like, okay, what's a song I'm trying to listen to? Oh, that's a good song. And I would just click away instantaneously because it's just text on screen. There really isn't anything interesting going on. Now, for a short period of time in 1985 to 87, they did experiment with backgrounds and everything for cable subscribers, but they inevitably abandoned the idea and just stuck with the purple background, which again, hey, purple's a good color, but I think they definitely should have hopefully tried to implement some sort of graphics into it. But hey, I get it. It's the late 80s. You can't really be that graphically advanced. Is that the right word? It's probably the worst way to explain it, but not be technologically that advanced right away and everything. So that's why, respectfully and in my opinion, I'm putting it in C tier. And it did get forcibly retired in 2004 because some cable companies couldn't afford to get some of the newer units, so they stuck with the 3000, but it had to get retired due to, I think, the system not being able to produce some tones for, I think, the National Weather Service warnings, I believe. That's probably the worst way to explain it, but yeah, the Weather Star 3000 is a C tier. Right, next we probably have one of the most iconic designs out there, and probably what a lot of people know the Weather Channel mainly for, the Weather Star 4000, which honestly right away, S tier. Because literally, when I first started getting into watching old Weather Channel archives, and even when I started further looking into old local on the 8s clips, if I saw one with that old purple background with the orange gradient, that top orange bar with the pixelated Weather Channel logo, in that nice white text font and everything, instantaneously my brain was fixated on it and just would pay attention to it. Not even just like the information, just like how it overall looked and everything. And the jazz music was just a bonus at that point and everything, if it's a good song that I actually enjoyed. But yeah, this design overall, everyone knows it. And also, literally in 2023, when the Weather Channel did a Retro 8 segment, they literally used this design and everything. And it first started airing in 1990, and it finally got retired in 2014, as by then the Weather Channel was cutting its analog signal, and unfortunately that cut a lot of the WeatherStar units out. So that is the WeatherStar 4000 is one of the oldest WeatherStars to be used and everything. So I think that's why, in my opinion, the 4000 deserves to be an S tier. Next, we have the WeatherStar Junior, which first started airing in 1994, and I really don't have much to say about it, if I'm going to be honest. Literally, it's the WeatherStar 4000 the WeatherStar 4000 font with the WeatherStar 3000 graphics package. And instantaneously me saying that, it's joining the WeatherStar 3000 right next to it and everything. Because what the WeatherStar Junior was meant to be used as, it was meant to be used as a cheaper alternative to the 3000 and to the 4000. But overall, it's just the WeatherStar 3000 in a smaller little box that people be like, hey, just use this. You don't have to use the expensive more models. What the hell am I even saying? But yeah, that's why I think the WeatherStar Junior, and plus if I come across like local on the 8s clips with the WeatherStar Junior, I'm not sticking around for long, if I'm going to be honest. Now next we have the WeatherStar XL, which first started airing in 1998, and it had 3 graphics packages. And out of all the 3 graphics packages, I would have to say right away, one overtakes the WeatherStar 4000 instantaneously. The second one I'll probably put in an A tier, and then the third one, which I only recently found out about, and I don't even know if it's honestly official, because I know a lot of people like to make fan WeatherStar XL clips and everything, so I think it could possibly be the actual thing. It's such a rare graphics package to see in local on the 8s clips, but I'll get in a little more into that in a second. But the first graphics package for the XL, when I started diving deeper more into the rabbit hole for local on the 8s clips or Weather Channel archives, when I would see a video with the WeatherStar XL1, if the music was perfect, my brain would just love it so much. I just love how the top third, like all the transparent boxes look. I love the text. I love the graphics icons or the weather icons and everything. So the first one, top S tier for me. The second one, honestly, I like it too, but I just like the first one better a lot, in my opinion. And then the third one, I'm just gonna put in B tier, because while I also like how that looks overall, it's okay. Like the top third looks nice. I love how they moved weather.com into its own thing and not under the Weather Channel logo. But it's such a rare one to find, in my opinion. And overall, this is all the WeatherStar designs ranked. This is the WeatherStar, and the WeatherStar unfortunately got forcibly retired in 2014 altogether because of the analog feed being shut down. But overall, this is, in my opinion, the best WeatherStar designs. What's the best? I don't want to say ever. Overall, this is just the best WeatherStar designs. Now we move away from the WeatherStar to the IntelliStar, which first started airing in 2003. Now, the IntelliStar had 4 graphics packages. There's the first one, which, honestly, while working on this video, I just realized that it has the same background as the WeatherStar second graphics package for the WeatherStar. So I think right away, like, don't get me wrong, I like this one, but when I was watching old local on the 8s clips and Weather Channel archive stuff, I just didn't see it much, and overall, it never gave my brain that dopamine that it needed and everything. So it's going A tier right away. Then we have the second one, which I just realized earlier has the same background as the third Weather Star graphics, or the rare Weather Star XL graphics package. So, but this one has updated icons, which I will give it that and everything. But overall, I'm gonna give that a B tier because I never really saw that design in much clip, or that much graphics package. I can't use words at all. I will say the two redeeming things about these two IntelliStar graphics packages is honestly the lower third, or like the TDL, the bottom part, which honestly I think that's what saves both of those in my opinion. It still looks good. I like both of them and everything, but I think the first one goes A, second one goes B. Now the third one, honestly, I like the third and fourth one more, because the third one I have this one memory from when I was younger, and I was at my sister's house, and I think it was during a hurricane, and she had the Weather Channel on, and I remember the local on the 8s came on, and this is what I saw here. I don't know if the text was blue like I would have in this image here. Well, actually, the third graphics package had a bunch of different changes, but the one I liked the most as I was doing research for this video was the blue text version, which I just like overall how it looks, the weather icons, the text, everything. But also it has that hint of nostalgia because I actually remember seeing this one. So this one honestly is going to go below, honestly no, it's going to go above the WeatherStar 4000 in my opinion. And then for the fourth graphics package, which was the last one it got, I'm going to give it a tier honestly, because it's closest to the most recent graphics package that the Weather Channel uses nowadays and everything. So we move on from the IntelliStar now to the IntelliStar 2, which was the first HD/digital/analog/whatever technical mumbo jumbo that they released. Now, right away, I don't like this one. It looks garbage. It looks like something they threw together at the last second and it said, fuck it, let it go up there. It would look good. No, in my opinion, I don't like how that looks and everything. But this one right here, these two WeatherStar HD 2 ones, these ones here, I'm gonna put them both in A tier because they both obviously look the same. I think the one difference between one of them is the font they use, but it's what they still use to this day. 10 years later, they started using this graphics package more in 2014, and overall, I just like how this looks. I like when I'm looking like if the local on the 8s comes on nowadays, I like how it looks. It's a nice way to view the weather information and everything, in my opinion, and overall, it just tickles my brain. Now, we come to the end of the tier list with the IntelliStar 2 Junior, which obviously replaces the WeatherStar Junior thing and everything as a cheaper alternative to cable companies that couldn't afford the IntelliStar HD2 or the IntelliStar in general. First of all, this is joining in D tier because it just looks... Again, it just looks I don't like it. My brain doesn't like it. It looks so weird. I don't know why. Even like the weather icons, because I think that has the same weather icons as the IntelliStar, but overall, I just don't like how it looks. Then we have the last one, which is pretty much the modern one they use now. This is going to join in A tier, probably above right there. It's going to go next to the IntelliStar one because pretty much I think the IntelliStar Junior 2 was still analog and it had like a digital capability, but overall, I think that's pretty much it. I really have nothing else to say much about the IntelliStar 2 because that is what my brain was more fixated on was the old Weather Channel, not the new one. I decided to include the newer designs just to make this video fair and everything and to make it more interesting. But we have right here the official, and there's another word my brain was trying to remember. For some reason, dominant comes to mind, but it's not dominant. It's some word. Featured under me, put the word on screen right now. But this is the official Weather Channel local on the 8s tier list. This is the best designs, all the best designs that they used, in my opinion. And I think it's a damn good tier list. I think I did a good job, honestly. Now, another reason why I'm making this video is because I know in like in a year and a half or 10 years in the future, I'm not going to be fixated on this anymore. I'm kind of using this video as a way to pinpoint that, hey, look, you are fixated on the Weather Channel local on the 8's designs for a strange period. Well, not a strange period. For a certain period amount of time. Here's that reminder for it. So that's why I kind of wanted to make this video and everything. But I had a great time. It was fun. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment. Comment what your favorite design is. Again, this one right here, this WeatherStar XL Graphics 1 package thing, words. I like this one the most still out of all of them. And also, these two, both clear, in my opinion and everything. And I just don't understand why my brain got so fixated on this, honestly. Anyways, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!